Is this thing on? I hope so. Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back. Welcome to Explain 12. Long time no see. How's everyone doing? You are in. Hey Simple. Yes, long time no see. Oh yeah. I remember you joined recently again. It's good. Yeah, the Discord is starting to get some traction again bit by bit as we get back into things. So last night, at least last night my time, I managed to stream. And we streamed the Microsoft Flight Simulator then. We flew from... it escapes me where we flew in from, but we arrived here in Nagasaki with awful weather. And now, a few hours later, we have such an amazing weather. So welcome back to Nagasaki, but this time we're flying an X-Plane. Completely different simulator, different vibes. But I really like this sim. It's a simulator, it just works. And it has very different philosophies from Microsoft Flight Sim. So it's nice to mix them up from time to time. Who's this? Mr. Alex himself? And Jack as well. How are you guys doing? Thank you for managing to join the stream on such short notice. My goodness. What do you call the... Oh, I forgot the name of the guys. The Muppets on the orchestra. The podium. Or what do you call them? The two guys. Yes. Look more refreshed. Yeah, because it's a holiday. So I am a bit more chill today. Thanks. Exactly. Now I'm in trouble. So we're flying today from Nagasaki, where we're at, to Osaka in this flight, but we're flying with the 737 this time. So last night we flew in the 777, now much smaller plane, still all Nippon Airways, but I really like this plane. It's the perfect balance between automation and still flicking around switches and scratching that simulator, flight sim itch. I don't know what you mean. Stadler and Waldorf. That's the one. That is the one. Actually, let me see. As I see your names, I think I can actually do this. Right? I think I can do that. And that maybe? Okay, that's the one. So I have some reinforcements in case things get hectic. Jack is the ugly one. Thanks, Simple. Thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it. Have a good day. Right. Start zooming in here. Maybe slow it down. A bit more cinematic shot. Yeah, this is the cool thing about X-Plane. The cameras by default are already amazing. So all I'm doing here is keeping some buttons pressed and it already looks cinematic. And with the X-Plane 12, it's just the lighting is so natural. It's not overly dramatic. The lighting just looks real. The reflections, they look real. Yes. And it's very good. It's very well done. He's the how's it been going with you guys? What have you been playing? Aside from Kingdom Come Deliverance. Does Jack have a new horse yet? Okay, there we are. 737-800, the OG. Love this plane. And the sounds in this plane are magnificent. So I think we have the sounds fully maxed out at the moment. Okay, that's good. So we'll be able to hear it in all its glory. All the switches, all the ambient sounds, and later all the engine sounds. Beautiful. Right, let's go in. You look fine in the dark. Calmed down a lot in the last few years. Wow. Are you saying you've matured? Batteries on, ground power is available. Let's turn that on. Get some nav lights going. over here, let me start loading up the OFP. 55.7, let me just double check that fits with what we have. This one, wait a minute, that's the one. Okay, this is the latest one. Nagasaki to Osaka, May 2nd, that's this one. Okay. Your fuel weight 55.7 tons. Medication helps. So it's not discipline, it's not maturity, it's meds. Got it. 55.7. That checks over here, and fuel is 5.4. Let's just up that a bit to 6,000 just for buffer. And start loading. So we should hear soon either the jetway comes to us or they bring out the stairs. The jetway is coming to us. Okay, that's nice. Turn off the music. I think we can get the ambient sound as our music instead. Start aligning the IRS. It will take 7 minutes for that to align, so might as well start now. Flight recorder is working. Airspeed warning test, and the stall warning test I guess will not work yet. Okay, let's leave that be. Good. And yeah, I wanted to stream a bit more because I fly anyway. I've been flying offline for a month or so. I've been flying like at least once a day for the entire month-ish. But I haven't been streaming, so I was thinking maybe I can push myself a little. Maybe I can stream as much as I can when I fly. And since today is a day off for me.
Ground flight deck hose is connected and starting refueling.
They are refueling. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's the fuel truck. And we should see the guy here under the wing. Yeah, that's the guy with his pose. Yeah, since today is a day off, might as well. Hey, Ale. Sao Paulo, Brazil. What time is it there? I might need to turn down the sounds a bit. Just a tad. Does that work? You can hear all the vacuuming in the background. We love those sounds for sure. Vacuum sounds are well used to that.
And you are good to go.
Fuel has been loaded up. 6,000 kilos, 3,000 on each side. That looks good. So we can go ahead and turn on the fasten seatbelt signs and fuel pumps. Let's check the crossfeed. While we're here, let's also arm the emergency exit lines and turn on no smoking signs. Patrick, how's it going, man? How have you been? I saw you've been racing with Alex and Jack, right? In Jack's stream. Why would you do such a thing? Why punish yourself? Just kidding. Cleaning, catering, loading. Is it really? Oh yeah, the catering trucks are here. Very nice. Ground equipment, and then the baggage has just been loaded, I believe. The only thing we won't see are the passengers walking, like in GSX, but it's good enough for immersion. Good. Okay. Verify position. Nav data is up to date. Let's see. Romeo Juliet Foxtrot uniform is Nagasaki. And that should check with the GPS position. 32 degrees, 54 versus 55 minutes. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Let's get the flight plan. Request it. Sim brief. Potato, how's it going? How's your PC going? Did you manage to fix it? The gang's here too, I know, right? Thank you guys for joining, and thanks for being game with moving over to YouTube just for simplicity on my end. And trying to bring back the benefits like the membership and all that, so that you get the emotes, you get the all those things we had from Twitch, but also some YouTube specific perks. So I'm starting to bring that back, and I'm not sure if you can see like the membership button already. They said it's been approved, but I haven't checked on my side. Okay, route uplink is ready. Let's load it up. And 3-2, okay. Activate execute, and we'll check that in a bit. But for now, we'll need to check the ATIS. So let's go and load up Nagasaki. Elevation 15 feet. Join you racing. When do you guys race? You know, when I bought my truck sim wheel, the Moza truck sim wheel, because I had to buy the what do you call it, the package that was non-truck sim. There's no truck sim package here, so I had to buy the what do you call it, the R5, the starter pack package, which comes with a racing wheel. So I can race in terms of equipment, I just cannot in terms of skill, I think. Okay, there's the map. The ATIS is 126.85. We can tune that in here. It's already tuned in. Let's go ahead and listen to the ATIS.
E1. Density altitude 400 feet. Transition level 150. Arriving and departing runway 32. Bird activity in vicinity of airport.
Bird activity, that scares me.
Advise on initial contact, you have information uniform.
In Explain, they actually have birds, and if you fly through them, your engines
information
give away.
Uniform 0100 Zulu.
We're in real-time, real weather.
0 at 14. Visibility 6. Sky conditions, view at 3,000 feet. Temperature 18. Dew point 7. QNH 1011. Density altitude 400 feet. Transition level 150.
Looks good, we have uniform. Wednesday nights. Loose ram stick. Ah, I see. Okay, yeah, that would do it. Yeah, I had to do something similar recently. I had a problem with my PC where basically it would hang randomly. Like, it would hang and it would even make like a static noise. Like, psst, and then it would just stay there. And the noise would just stay there, that I had to like close the monitor or mute the speakers or something. And I wasn't sure what it was. I thought it was time for me to buy a new PC. I was kind of getting excited that I would have an excuse. But then I gave it one more chance. I took apart the PC as much as I could, removed the GPU, did the blower thing. So I have like a hair dryer with turned off the heat, so it's not hot, but it still blows air, so it acts like a leaf blower. I tried to dust it as much as I can. Oh my goodness, guys, the dust that came out, I could not believe it, because I don't normally clean my PC. I'm too lazy. It's been maybe 10 years since I last cleaned my PC. Because I never cleaned my PC. So all the dust came out, then I put back the parts in, and then when I booted up, it was working and it was colder than ever, and it's been stable since. So let's see how long that lasts. Wednesday nights, but sometimes also on the weekends. Ah, nice, okay. And where do you, I guess in your channel, right? In your Discord server. Okay, maybe I'll drop in someday. But I have no clue how to race, so we'll see. 10 years! Ah, I'm just so lazy with all this maintenance. It's too much work. So unless there's a problem, I wouldn't want to fix it. But I know I should do it preemptively, but it's just so hard. 121.6 per ground. And this is exactly how I wanted to stream, because it's more than just the flight, right? It's the hanging out and catching up and all that stuff. Okay, we have Nagasaki ground. Is there no delivery? There is no delivery. Nagasaki ground, Ohio gozaimasu, All Nippon 1154 with information uniform, requesting IFR to Osaka. I hope they heard me. Let's tune in the QNH in the meantime.
1 second while I grab the paperwork.
They did hear me. Okay, good. No damper on. We tested the crossfeed, fuel pumps on already. Cabin utility IFE, that looks good. These ones we touch later. Emergency exit
Nippon
lights,
1154.
smoking.
Information uniform is current. Clear to Osaka via the Chiku 5 departure. Then as filed. Departure runway 32. Initial climb to 9,000. Departure on 119er. Decimal 1. 75 squawk 3764.
The way he said it, with that space in between, that caught me off guard. I actually said 119er, 119er decimal 1, and then the 75 came like a few seconds later, and that threw me off with the squawk he gave, so I'm cheating here. That's my excuse. Chiku 5, okay, I put it as Chigu 5. Clear to Osaka via the Chiku 5 departure, then as filed, runway 32, initial climb 9,000, departure 119er decimal 175, squawk 3764, all Nippon 1154. Okay, 9,000. I'll give you a trick, or I'll share with you a cheat. What I noticed, the read back, even if you mess it up, they say read back correct. I had an instance where I got the departure correctly, but the frequency and the squawk I didn't remember, so I asked for it. Like I asked them to repeat it, and all they said was read back correct. So it seems like this is hard coded, or it's not working exactly as planned. So not as pro as I would sound.
Erica, and along with my fellow crew members, we are here to ensure you have a comfortable journey. Please take your seats according to your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seat in front of you. If you need any assistance, don't hesitate to ask one of us.
Dude, clean your PC. I should get into the habit of that. 325 degrees on the runway. So let's set that to 325. Okay, and let's continue programming the FMS. So let's double check and perf init first. Let's load that up based on what we got from SimBrief, flight level 350. That checks, and 14,000 transition altitude because we're in Japan. Reserves would need to be 2.2 is FinRes plus alternate. Our alternate today is Romeo Juliet Oscar Bravo, which I'm not sure where that is. Let's go and check Navigraph. Okayama, okay. If you look at the map, so here we are. Nagasaki is way over here. So we'll be heading northeast towards Osaka. And Okayama looks like is over here, somewhere in the middle. And the weather in Osaka is not the best right now. It's marginal VFR, very low ceiling, I believe. So let's see how X-Plane makes that work. Good. And what did I say? It's the FinRes 2.2. Okay. Good. 55.70 fuel weight. Okay, that checks. And we have a gross weight of 61.7 tons. Yet last night we had like, I think we had 220 tons if I remember correctly. So comparing the two, the 777-300 and the 737-800, it's like what? 3 737s, almost 4, 3 point something 737s would be that single 777 that we flew. My goodness, the difference in the scale.
Flight attendants prepare for departure, cross-check and all call, thank you.
Yeah, runway 32, Chiku 5, that checks with what we got assigned, and this one, ILS 32 is what I'm expecting, so let's plug that in for now.
Give us a ring if you need anything.
Discontinuities, there should be none in this particular case. When they closed the door now. And now it's all quiet. They finished boarding. Okay, good. Right, so let's go ahead and load up the winds here. And you can also start the APU. Maybe hydraulic pumps can go on. Window heat as well. Let's go through the flow here. That goes later. Trim air goes on. Packs to auto. And cruising altitude is 35,000, and Osaka landing altitude, I think that's 0, but let me just double check. And Oscar. Elevation 47 feet. Okay, so let's maybe put this at 50 feet. That's closer. Good. Winds have been loaded. Okay, now we have the winds there. Execute. And we should be good with that. So we now go to takeoff performance. And for this one, I'll need sim brief. So let's load sim brief. Let me show you what I'm looking at. I hope so too. It sure is better weather in Nagasaki today. If you look outside, it's amazing. This is real-time, real weather. So as compared to last night, definitely much better. Very nice. But in Osaka, it's not. We'll review the weather later, but it's not the best either. And what was I doing? The sim brief. Okay. So view flight plan. And if you go for takeoff performance, and let me double check, our gross weight was 61.7. Let's plug that in. 61,700. Improved climb. I'm not terribly familiar with what this means, but it increases V speeds, and I'm not familiar with that kind of calculations, and it's stick to it more conservatively. Okay, so this is our takeoff thrust performance. So the rated takeoff 2, selected temperature 42, flaps 5, and these are the V speeds. Let me go ahead and plug those in. If I can click that, there we go. So N1 limit would be takeoff 2, then 42 degrees. Yes. And then that amounts to 88.3% N1, which should reflect here. That looks good. Flaps 5. These speeds are 136, 137, 143. Slightly different, but we'll take it. Let's put in what SimBrief gave us. 135, 135, and 143. Yes, and then 143 goes here as V2. Okay, flight director is going on. Traffic is on, right? Data and terrain, because we have some mountains in the vicinity, like so. And weather is good. Now LNAV and auto throttle, I think they arm it when they're lining up in the runway, but I always forget, so I'll arm it now, just to be on the safe side. One less thing to worry about. And we need to set the trim. 25.3, trim is 5.25, so over there. I love the trim sounds of the 737, so iconic. Good, okay, APU is available. Put the APU gen on the bus and turn on the APU bleed. Duct pressure rises and we should hear there's the packs working, getting some heat into the cabin because it's 18 degrees outside, so just warm it up a little. Horse entertainment. On horse entertainment. How long does it take usually to travel in between in Kingdom Come KCD2? How often does that how long does that take traveling from one place to the other? Alright, so let's look at the airport again. Runway 32, so we'll probably face this way, right? Facing to the right. Nose right, tail left. So if we plug in a better pushback here.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Can we just go like this maybe? Let's block the taxiway. Something like this. I think should be okay.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Yeah, in X-Plane, all these things, the camera, the different plugins that you have, like volume control like this, it just works so much better. It's just more cohesive. And even the pushback, you just use your mouse, rotate, and adjust where you want to go. It's just a more holistic experience, despite the less than impressive less impressive visuals overall, but overall it's still good. Arianos, there goes your sleep. Oh my goodness, what time is it there? Thanks for dropping by again today in this stream. We're in the 737 now. Okay, APU's on the bus, right? Yes. Good, and we should be good. So anti-collision lights going on, and the jetway is
Okay, all
done.
doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Yeah, everybody is on board as well, and doors are all closed. You don't get any indications there. Okay, looks good. So let's go ahead and request for push and start. This to RTO before I forget. Nagasaki ground, all Nippon 1154 at stand 8. Request push and start. 4 a.m. So did you wake up early or you haven't slept yet?
All Nippon 1154. Push and start approved. Face southeast.
Push and start approved, face southeast. All
So
Nippon
connected and
1154.
bypass been inserted. Release parking brake.
At least 15 plus minutes. Don't ask me where the screen is. I don't even want to imagine. Oh my goodness. Good. Alright. Push and start approved, face southeast. That's what we planned for. So now we should be able to just release the parking brakes. Beacons are on, right? Yes, they
Starting
are.
pushback. And you may start engines.
Will get a bit shaky, but it will stabilize. There we go. And if you look outside, there we are. Pushing back very elegantly. Not slept yet. Oh my goodness. These days I cannot do that. Actually, one thing we haven't done is we haven't briefed the departure yet. It should be a relatively simple departure, but still helps to discuss it, right? Chico go 5, okay. Chico 5. So let's go and turn off the packs. Duct pressure increases as expected, and let's go ahead and start engine number 2. And 2. You start hearing the hum of the engine. I love the sounds in this mod. It's cool. That looks like it's reached the max N2. Let's introduce fuel. Those are the sounds that I like. Oh, and we see those planes again. Last night, if you guys remember, for those who were here, the planes were a bit incomplete, right? But here, it looks like they're a full-blown plane. I'm not familiar what they are though, but 3 engines. Looks more like military, huh? It's good. Go inside. Engine 2 looks good. Let's start engine 1. And that guy is pushing back as well. Okay, you go first. And all these is, they call it Traffic Global is the plugin I'm using for the traffic. So these are AI. Let's go this view. Hear the hum from here. We see a plane there. Turboprop. Is that an ATR? Anyone know what model that is? Actually, I can check. 84. Sure looks like an ATR based on the identifier. Let's get some fuel in. Good. So how far in are you, Jack, with the KCD2? How many hours in are you? That guy is going to taxi right into me. Woohoo! Stop! And And we're just
Operation
being
complete.
blown through
Set
here.
parking brake.
Parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
It's good. Do we have two good engines? Oh! No one saw that? Okay. Yes, two good engines. Good. Alright. Put them on the bus. Maybe you can go off. Probe heats can go on. Packs can go back on. Isolation valve back to auto. Maybe you bleed off. And engine start to continuous for the takeoff. And now let's go and get some flaps in. 1, 2, 3 for flaps 5. Let's watch the slats go out. 18 to 20 hours. And do you know...
disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Thank you. And do you know how far you are into the game? Like halfway there, almost done, or just beginning? MD-10s, KC-13. They fuel tankers. These guys here on the right. Ah, interesting. Might very well be. I would trust you on that. Good. Right. All Nippon 1154, request taxi. Should be a simple one.
All Nippon 1154. Taxi to runway 32 via Papa 2. Papa 1. Tango 1.
Papa 2, Papa 1, Tango 1, runway 32, All Nippon 1154. Thanks. And then the Chicago 5 departure, so the runway 32. Right, so we climb to 500 feet.
1154. Taxi to runway 32 via Papa 2. Papa 1. Tango 1.
So we climb straight out to 500 feet, then we just follow FU200, turn right to Toki. We do have some altitude restrictions. He's in at or above 13,000, Mutu at or below flight level 170, Goro at or above flight level 170, then on to Uita. Is that what we chose? Let's have a look at the next page. Yeah, he's in. Then we should have a below. Yeah, Mutu, Goro, Rocky, and then Uita. Yes, that looks good. Okay. Anyway, let's taxi. Taxi lights going on. Do a config check. No takeoff warning signs is always good. Yeah, the taxiing in X-Plane, the camera movements like this, it feels so much more natural. And of course I cannot compare it to the real thing, but it seems more believable from my end. Why are we getting these heat waves? Is there an engine starting somewhere? There's a landing plane though.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard All Nippon Airways. Flight 1154 bound for Osaka. My name is Erica, and I am your purser for this flight.
She forgot for a bit.
Today are my fellow crew members.
The Jetstar?
Haruto, Aiko, and Satoshi.
It is a Jetstar.
We are here to ensure you have
Nice.
a comfortable journey. Our captain
Speed up.
today is Clumsy, and our first officer is Alan. We are expecting a flight time of approximately 54 minutes.
Yes, Alan is still the
Before
first
takeoff,
officer.
I'd like to take you through our safety procedures. Please ensure your seatbelt is fastened by a 30-millimeter buckle. And your strap is tightened. To release, simply lift the top of the buckle. In the event of a change in cabin pressure, oxygen mask will automatically drop from the panel above you.
So much more natural.
To start the flow of oxygen.
The camera system in
Place
this
it over your nose and mouth and breathe
sim
normally.
is just amazing.
Secure the mask with the
Alan!
elastic strap. Remember to put on your mask before assisting others. Your life vest is located under your seat. In case of a water landing,
All Nippon 1154.
vest
Contact
is
tower on
How?
126.2.
place it over your
Take care.
head and secure the straps around
Going to tower, All Nippon 1154.
or blowing into the tubes.
126
Do not
decimal.
inflate your vest inside the aircraft. This
All
Boeing
Nippon 1154.
737 has
Contact
8
tower on
emergency
126.2.
exits. 2 at the front, 4 over the wings, and 2 at the cabin is ready for departure.
Thank you. Alan's busy, he rides around with you in the truck all the time. Yes, he has multiple roles. As good as the first one story-wise, nowhere near the end. What the heck is happening? Why is Traffic Global ignoring me? Just drive straight through to the runway. Insane. I thought they would at the very least stop. Oh, very nice livery though. Very floral. Expo 2025. Very nice. So I lost my flow of things. Let's go to TARA. I won't forget this time. And then let's this is the thing as well. Say Intentions has no visibility with the traffic whatsoever. So they'll just give us takeoff clearance even if there's something coming like this, because the Traffic Global and Say Intentions, they're disconnected. So they don't talk to each other. That's one of the limitations. Beautiful 737. Boom. Hopefully that's not going to be my landing later. Hopefully mine will be better, but no pressure, right? Anyway, let's see. Osaka Tower, All Nippon 1154, ready for departure. Runway 32. Let's keep that there.
All Nippon 1154, Nagasaki Tower, runway 32, winds 320 at 13.
Wow.
Cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 32, All Nippon 1154. Good. So let's go ahead and parking brakes off, strobes on, turn on all the lights. Start the timer. Double check, no one's here. On final. Yeah, that looks good. And is there someone on the runway? There is, but they're vacating now, so we should be good. So it's a bit of DIY in this case, but it's nice to see. Still nice to have planes about. It makes the entire sim feel more full. Good. Not the best lineup, I'll take it. Alright, let's go guys. 40% and 1. Off we go, Toga. There we go. Yeah, even the rudder control in X-Plane feels so amazing.
80 knots.
Check. Releasing forward pressure.
V1.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
Gear up. Trim. Fly by. Amazing. Let's fly the plane for a bit.
1,000.
1,000. Start bugging up.
All Nippon 1154, contact departure.
Going to departure, All Nippon 1154. Okay. 1 second, let me just trim this properly. Laps 1. There we go. Departure was 119.175. Laps up. Nav. Departure, Ohayo gozaimasu, All Nippon 1154, 3,000 climbing, 9,000 inbound Fuso. Yes, still using the honeycomb yoke. I was a bit tempted to get the force
Order
feedback
Nippon 1,
yokes.
154, Nagasaki departure. Radar contact.
But,
Clear direct FU 200.
oh, that's not Fuso. That's direct FU 200. Yeah, the honeycomb still gives that enough of a resistance. Like if you're out of trim, you kind of feel the yoke resisting, and so far that's enough for me. I kind of feel the vibe in there already.
All Nippon 1, 154, climb flight level 220.
Climb flight level 220, all Nippon 1154. 220.
All Nippon 1, 154, Roger. Continue climb flight level 220.
Let's pitch up a bit so we don't breach that 250 knot limit below 10,000 feet. Let's do our after takeoff checks after I trim this plane once again. It's a bit wobbly. Okay. Landing gear off, RTO off, engine start back to off, and pressurization is climbing. 3,000 feet, pressure is around 2.8 psi, and we see the cabin altitude climbing. Okay, good. I've seen that, yes, the Moza FFP flight stick. Exactly, that was what I was going to say. You can use it both as a flight stick and a shifter. And that gave me some thoughts about the shifter side of things, because I remember we had that discussion before, specifically for ATS. The, what do you call it, the double clutch? That makes it hard because there's no feedback on the shifter, so you don't know if you're shifting on the right RPM or not. If that means with a force feedback shifter you can really feel slotting into a gear, if it's the proper like RPM or not, then that might actually be a very good investment. Okay,
Dear guests,
start
we have
climbing
now
here.
reached a safe altitude where you can use your electronic devices. Additionally, our onboard Wi-Fi service is now available for your convenience. We hope you enjoy the rest of the flight with us. Thank you.
There we go, starting to accelerate. Zoom out a bit. And let's turn on the autopilot.
Turbulence. We have an excellent team on
Beautiful.
board today, and we are all happy
Welcome to
help
X-Plane.
any assistance you may require throughout the flight. Our in-flight entertainment has begun.
Visuals are not bad, are they?
All Nippon 1, 154, climb flight level 300.
Climb flight level 300, all Nippon 1154. Double check here if everything's good. Yeah, cabin pressure increasing, that's good. Okay. Let's go ahead and align the heading bug. So we do have some restrictions in here. But the actually, yeah, that's what I'm a bit confused about. When he gives me a clearance like that, climb flight level 300, does it mean I can ignore the departure altitudes like this one, the restrictions? It says here in Mutu, at or below flight level 170, so we cannot go beyond flight level 170 at Mutu. So with VNAV, I would expect it should stop us there. Yeah, it should. So let's see what it will do. But yeah, if ATC gives you a climb and maintain, I thought you could just ignore all the restrictions in the SID and just climb. But if they say climb via the SID, then you have to follow the restrictions. So here, because I didn't do anything, it's following the VNAV path, which is it's going to level us off, flight level 170, and then climb again after we cross this waypoint. Like so. So it's not a big deal, but it's a good distinction to learn about. So it's still something I'm a bit confused on what Say Intentions expects in that case.
Or Nippon 1154. Climb flight level 340.
Climb flight level 340, all Nippon 1154. Good. Let's look outside again. And let me lower the exterior sounds here so we can do a proper flyby without breaking our eardrums. Let's go flyby now. Gives me shivers whenever I see it. Beautiful. Let's lower the volume in general. Are you planning to buy the Moza base? I saw I'm subscribed to one YouTuber, Airnaut. Yeah, he was sent the Moza base for that, and he was testing it, and he loves it. The price is insane, but he loves it. He flies an Airbus most of the time, so it fits his needs. I'm not sure how it works from a shifter point of view. So you need the base, and then you need the actual stick, right? Whether that's a side stick, a flight stick, or a shifter, then that depends on that accessory you buy at the top. Good enough speed. That looks okay. Let's have a look outside. Hopefully that's not too loud for you guys. Yeah, the orthos are amazing. I'm using this plugin called Map Enhancement, and it just auto downloads
All Nippon 1154. Climb flight level 350.
Climb flight level 350, all Nippon 1154. Hard to justify when your old shifter's working just fine, exactly. Yeah. That's the thing with these upgrades, right? You have to have a reason. I kind of feel guilty when I just upgrade when the old one is still working fine. Maybe it's just my mentality.
All Nippon 1154. Contact Kobe control on 135.65.
135.65, all Nippon 154. Thanks, have a good day. 135.65. Yeah, even the way the frequencies are tuned in, I love the way the Zibo does it. It's not too fast, it's not too slow. It's just easy to use. Kobe Control, good morning. All Nippon 1154, flight level 261, climbing flight level 350, inbound Oita.
All Nippon 1154, Kobe Control identified. Good afternoon.
Let's look for some VORs along the way that we can tune. Because yeah, with the 737, it's manual. It doesn't auto-tune VORs or frequencies for you. So just for more situational awareness, so we have a backup in case something goes wrong. We have something. There's a VOR there, Matsuyama. There's one here as well. Ikochi, 113.7. Let's plug that in. It's pretty close to our flight path. 113.7. 113.7. That shows already 144 miles in front of us. Perfect, that checks. Let's turn off this terrain radar. Don't need it anymore. Looking good there. So we're expected to arrive in Osaka with 3.4 tons of fuel. That should be more than enough because our reserves are 2 point something, if I remember correctly. 2.2. So well above the reserves. And we're expected to arrive at 0308 Zulu. That's 40 minutes from now? 50 minutes from now? Yeah, ish. That works. And in terms of top of descent, that's in 150 miles, which is 0245, which is like 18 minutes away. Okay, looks good. So we can expect we'll be given some what arrival to expect by ATC soon enough. Good. So whenever I just want to fly quick, no fuss, and just immerse myself, I often go to X-Plane. And when I want the full experience, I want the amazing visuals, I go to Microsoft Flight Simulator. There's actually a release today. PMDG's 777-200 just released a few hours ago, and I was waiting for it. I was supposed to stream that today, but they delayed it a bit. Oh, there's a traffic there. Super cool. They delayed it a bit because their servers got hammered by all the simultaneous downloads. So I decided, no, I won't risk it. I'll wait for the first batch in, let it settle down, then I'll think about buying it. Because that will allow us to fly a Boeing, a proper study level Boeing in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So that's going to be a big milestone. Because I've been staying away from 2024 because of its VRAM problems. The selection of planes are limited. But now with the 777 coming in 2024, that's changing definitely. So we'll see. Maybe after the stream I'll check it out. Good. Let's have a look here. Doesn't to go. I think we can slow down the climb a bit. 1,000 feet per minute. Make it a bit more shallow, make it a bit more friendly for the passengers. 10-3B. We can close that, we can close this, and we load up Osaka instead.
All Nippon 1154, Kobe Control. Expect the Izumi arrival. I'll have you descending in about 15 minutes.
Expecting Izumi arrival. All Nippon 1154. Perfect timing. Just as I open the chart, I'll take it. Right, so Izumi. So here's the airport. Izumi, we're coming from the southwest, so that's perfect. So we have this Izumi.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached our cruising altitude.
Yeah.
Begin our snack and drink service shortly.
Let's hear what food is available today.
We have a delightful selection, including our popular teriyaki chicken and a vegetarian soba noodle option.
Chicken teriyaki or vegetarian soba.
We also offer a selection of items from the Nippon Airways shop. We hope you enjoy the rest of your flight with us.
Way to make an entrance, Scotsman. Sorry, I just brought Nightbot back in. It looks like they are testing their powers. Sorry about that. How are you doing, Scotsman? Glad you could join again today. Looks good. But this is quite interesting. Quite an interesting arrival because it's based on VOR. Yeah, it's based on 2 VORs actually. So Izumi is actually a waypoint that is based off the Yao VOR 114.6 on the 229 radial. So if from this VOR you draw a line 229 degrees, so that's southwest going southwest, that's 229 and 12.6 DME. So 229 southwest direction, 12.6 miles away, and you land at Izumi, so that's this point. And from here, what we do is we actually do an arc, DME arc, so we can see here 21.9 arc India Tango Echo, which is the Itami VOR 114.75. So if you, from this point here, you draw a circle, right, an arc, 21.9 miles away from this point, you see that arc right here. So if you form that circle, a part of that circle will be this arc, 21.9 DME arc. So that's what we're flying. Izumi, do the 21.9 arc, Itami, and that will land us here at 19 DME, 19 miles away from that VOR. We should be at or above 4,000, and Ikoma at or above 3,500. Very interesting. I like these kinds of arrivals that are based on VORs. They're much more exciting than just like an RNAV waypoint. Ban night what? I haven't added back in the ban command yet. Good to hear. What have you been busy with these days? More train sim, more truck sim? For me, it's all in flight sim at the moment, as you can see. but yeah, I wonder how it goes with you guys. I actually was in a phase a few years ago, in between when I was not streaming. I was in a phase where I was playing the AAA games because I missed out on a lot of them and it was really fun. But yeah, I think I'm over that now again, and I'm back to simulators, and particularly flight sim. So the latest one I bought was what was this? There was this Monster Hunter something, the latest iteration of Monster Hunter, and it's very good. A lot of people really liked it, but I didn't enjoy it anymore. I guess because when I bought it, I was in a phase where I was back into simming, so it felt gamey to me. I didn't enjoy it, so I just bought it. It's a bit of a wasted money at the end of the day for me, but that happens. So now I'm back to Sims at least. Let's see, what else was I checking? The legs page. Yes, I wanted to check how that looks. So Izumi is the start. Is it? Izumi. And then Habik. Wait a minute, did I plug that in correctly though? Let's double check that first. Ah, okay, so they gave us a different arrival. Okay, that's good. So let's change the arrival then to Izumi. Yeah, let's 3-2 left, and let's check this again. Izumi, okay, perfect. So Izumi, and then there's a I don't know how to read this. That's a DME arc for sure. 15 arc L, 15 arc left, maybe. Anyway, let's see how it looks from the map. So if you go to flight plan here, the plan mode, and let's do it step by step. Let's do zoomed out. Let's zoom in here. Okay, that looks perfect actually. I saw it a bit already. So Izumi, remember, that's the first point, and then we're doing a DME arc, right? That way. I'll show you. Zoom it out a bit. Yeah. So that is the DME arc. Lands us at Delta 141 Victor, which is this waypoint right here at or above 4,000. Why doesn't that have the restriction though? Oh, this one, sorry. No, Delta 141 Victor is this point right here. The 149 radial of the VOR. This point when it touches. So we're doing the arc. And when we get to the point where we're at the 149 radial of the VOR, that's the Delta 149 Victor, I guess. Delta 141 Victor. And then from that point, we turn left. Maybe that's what this means. Maybe 15 is 150. I have no idea, but it doesn't look like it stands for the DME. And then Delta 141 Sierra 322 degrees. That checks over here. Yeah, this one. So that's going to be our track at or above 4,000. And then the last one is Ikoma at or above 3,500. Perfect. Okay. But at least that checks here. So that's consistent with what we see in the arrival chart. Cool. I really like exploring these things, the different SIDS and stars and how they are. It tickles it scratches my nerdy needs. Yes. 1 to 8.6. 1 second. Top of descent is 72 miles away. Yeah. I think we could start listening to the 80s. 1 to 8.6. Let's see.
Arriving and departing runways 14 right, 14 left. Advise on initial contact you have information hotel. Osaka International Airport, information hotel.
It's the right airport.
0200 Zulu. Wind 110 at 6. Visibility 5. Sky conditions, you at 800 feet. Scattered at 2500 feet. Broken at 7,000 feet. Temperature 16. Dew point 15. QNH 1006. Density altitude 300 feet. Transition level 150. Arriving and departing runways 14 right, 14 left. Advise on initial contact you have information hotel.
Interesting.
Osaka
One more
International
time.
Airport,
Or there's an airport
information hotel. 0200 Zulu. Wind 110 at 6. Visibility 5. Sky conditions, you at 800 feet. Scattered at 2500.
Okay, so this is going to be interesting because based on the ATIS, arriving runways are 14 right and 14 left, so we have it completely the opposite direction. But the arrival that they assigned us seems like it's meant for runway 32, yeah, because it's here. Will be ending up on the southeast of the airport, so that lines us up perfectly for runway 32. But the ATIS is saying the arrival runways are from 14, which is the opposite side. So maybe from here they'll vector us around the airport, circle around. Maybe we'll see how say intentions reacts to that. But these are the kind of things I really enjoy with say intentions. The dynamic nature of it. You know, you file for something, you plan for something, and then the weather completely turns, and then they adjust, or they don't. So it's always a varied thing. So even if I'm going to the similar places, like I've been to Osaka before, I've been to Nagasaki before, I've been to Tokyo before in the sim, and every time you go, every flight is just different. It's such an amazing feeling. So it's nothing terribly exciting like a new plane, a new airline, it's not new, but it's the same place, but every single time, because of the weather, because of all the different variables, it's different. I enjoy those things, the little things, the minor differences, the mundane, enjoying the mundane. Oh, that's deep, that's bordering philosophical. Yeah, look at the clouds look beautiful. A bit of graphical glitches here and there, but more or less they look fine. A bit blurry. So clouds, I would say I would still give props to Microsoft Flight Sim, but it's getting close. And it looks so natural, right? Nothing too dynamic, nothing too dramatic, but it looks real. It looks like something when you look out the window, when you're flying. Not bad at all. I was going to say something earlier. I have a business travel coming up. I'm going to China, like to Guangzhou, and I was going to say something about it related, but I can't remember now. Ah, yes, the thing about the it's hard to replace something when the old thing is still working, right? The guilty vibes. I have this upcoming travel to China, and I have this luggage, big luggage. It's old. It's, I don't know, more than 5 years old, 7 years old, 10. It's old. I think I even bought it back in the Philippines, but it's still working. The wheels are still working. It's a bit crooked. It's a bit misaligned now, so it's not in the best state, but it's still okay. And I for the life of me, I could not find a reason to replace it. So Mrs. Clumsy is telling me, go and get a new luggage already, and I'm like, well, but it still works. Let's go back to VNav. But it still works, so maybe not. Maybe one more trip. I'll see if it works until it finally gives way. But yeah, so I'm that kind of guy. So I think until my PC breaks, I will not be able to upgrade. Or maybe I will, if I get to that point that the PC doesn't break, but the performance is really so bad that it's not enjoyable anymore. Then that will drive me over the edge and make me upgrade. But for now, this one, it's no 60 FPS, it's no 120 FPS. Right now, what we're getting is just 33, 34. But it's more than enough for flight sim. For IFR flying like this, it's smooth, right? No complaints there. Yeah, you can do like a cinematic panning like so. Beautiful. The mountains below just add so much to the scenery. Although that being said, the plane itself, Zibo, even though it's the OG plane in X-Plane, I am starting to see some of the model. It's not the most up-to-date model, I would say, because the polygons are like based on older generation. Like you can see the edges. If I look at the engine, yeah, you can see like the edges here, right? Like, it's like it's not perfectly spherical. It has like edges in there, and I would imagine that's like more like a technical limitation before, so it's not too heavy on performance. But I guess it's due for an upgrade, getting those more rounded, getting this one. This is one of my pet peeves here. Like when the plane is small like this, you can actually see the lines, right? The lines that separate the plane whatsoever. And then when you start zooming in, they start disappearing. So when you're zoomed in like this, it looks great already. But from afar like this, you kind of see the wireframes. I don't know what you call
All
it.
Nippon 1154, descend via Izumi into Osaka.
Omisake! Indeed! 2025! How are we doing, bro? It's been so long. Glad you could join. How's it going? Descent via Izumi, All Nippon 1154. Okay, let's start our descent. Let's go and put in some random number, 20,000. Let level 200 for now. Descend now. And let's review the arrival chart. They still haven't assigned us an approach, only an arrival, so we don't know what runway we can expect. So I won't plug in the fixes yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have begun our descent into Osaka. Please return to your seats, stow your tables, and fasten your seatbelts. The use of lavatories is now prohibited until
4,000 is the next
Thank you for your
altitude
cooperation.
restriction, so we can go all the way down to 4,000. Because we've been asked to descend via the star. What have you been up to these days, Omisake? I think I saw you were quite active in the truck sim discussions. Have you been trucking recently? How's it been? There's the vertical path. And look at the clouds here, right? Not bad at all. And I like, there's this feature in X-Plane, you can wear sunglasses. Where was it? View, this one, sunglasses. Yeah. It just darkens everything a bit. When it gets too bright outside, wear sunglasses, and then you can remove them. It's nice. Just quality of life things. Okay. Descent checks, let's go ahead and see how much fuel we'll get. So we're at 3.9, we'll be landing at 3.5, so that's 0.4 difference. So our init ref cross weight would be 59.2. That lowers the ref speeds, VREF speeds by 1. Flaps 30, 141. Okay, let's do the landing calculation as well. Flaps 30. Yeah, the runway I'm not sure of yet, but let's say 14 right? I think it's the longer runway. Winds are 110 at 6 knots based on the ATIS, 16 degrees, QNH 1006. And what did I say was the 59,200? Okay, so that says, okay, more than enough runway. But if we plan for the 14 left, then, oh crap, yeah, that's super different. So if they assign us 14 left, everything else being the same, we'll need to do max auto brakes. The auto brakes 1, 2, 3 will make us go beyond the runway. But if we're assigned 14 right, then even auto brake 1 is enough. Okay. And what if we get assigned 3-2 left, which is what our original plan? It's also fine. Interesting. Which makes me wonder how different are those runways. Let's load up the airport. Airport 10-9. Oh yeah, okay, that's why. Because the 14 left is only 1,800 meters long versus 14 right is 3,000, so almost double the length. So we definitely need to land at 14 right. Either 3-2 left or 14 right, but not the other runway. And if they do assign us to the other one, I can request the other one. I hope. Good. So let's put that in. Let's go auto brakes too, just to be on the safe side. Over here. Good. We're descending. We are a bit above our echo speed. Echo speed is 262. Yeah, we're a bit above. Let's get some speed brakes in. Yeah, boards up. Rohan! Pizza, Mexican horde, Mexican boat. One sec, I have the Mexican boat here. I added it as an emote. Aha! There you go. Now how do I hide this thing? There you go. By the way, guys, how long is the delay on your end? So when I type this, let's say test. The moment that message appears and when you see it in the screen, me saying it, how long does it take? I love the clouds here. Overcast. Is that consistent with the 80s? Or with the weather? Let's see. Osaka. Few at 800, scattered 2,500, broken at 7,000. Broken at 7,000, so that's what we're seeing. So it's not really overcast, so we should see some gaps here and there. Yeah, I guess there are some gaps here. That there's the gap there, there's a gap there, so yeah, broken. I think that qualifies. But yeah, the cloud layers look beautiful here in X-Plane. They look so believable, so fluffy here. Bed of clouds. 5 hours more. Yes, indeed, the spanner estimate is back. Stowing speed brakes, we are below the econ speed now. Oh, one thing I forgot actually, but I think it's not that big a deal. I didn't put in the descent winds. For this flight, I don't think it's such a big deal, but it should adjust our vertical profile a bit. Let's try it. So right now, we're right on the profile, right? The magenta diamond here is right in the middle. Once we load this, I expect this to shift a little. Let's see. Load. Look for that. Execute. There you go. Okay. So now we're above the profile, so we need to descend steeper. That's fine. So better late than never. We can still adjust. We can still use it. All Nippon 1154 request.
All Nippon 1154. Say again your request, please.
All Nippon 1154, any chance we can get what runway to expect?
All Nippon 1154. Expect runway 14 right at Osaka.
Nice. Expect runway 14 right. Thanks, All Nippon 1154. That's perfect. That's the longer runway, and that's the 14, so it's consistent with the 80s, what we heard. Because I have had instances, or an instance, that the 80s was saying, okay, landing runway is 14 right, but they assigned me the opposite one. So it's not always the same, I think. But ideally, it should be consistent. So 14 right, so we can start putting that in. ILS 14 right. There is no ILS 14 right, is there? For real? That might be troublesome. Because if the weather is bad and we don't have an instrument approach, how are we supposed to land there? We might have to go to our alternate, guys. Yeah, there is no approach on the opposite side. Why not? Let's have a look at the airport. I do see some approach lights here, but why don't you have an ILS? Let's see what we can find here. Reference. What's a TMA? Control area. No, that's not what I want. Oh, it's getting bumpy. Let's get the weather radar on. Seatbelt signs on. Everybody, you know the drill. Please fasten seatbelts. It's time. Okay, let's put some fixed rings in. Runway 14 right. I don't think this will work, guys. This is going to be like a visual approach, and I don't think the airport is in a state that it can go visual, actually. So this is going to get hairy. Fix 14 right, 10 mile fix and a 4 mile fix. My goodness, it's shaking so much I can hardly click.
All Nippon 1154. Contact Kansai approach on 120.45.
120.45. Thanks, only for 1154. Whew, how shaky is that? Kansai approach, good morning. All Nippon 1154, flight level 150 with information hotel. QNH is 1006. And transition level is flight level 150.
Kansai approach identified. Also expect a visual runway 14 right approach into Osaka.
Expecting visual runway 14 right. All Nippon 1154. You know what? Maybe I can request the ILS 32. Because even if we have a tailwind, that's only 6 knots. I think we can handle that better than approaching without instrument, doing a visual approach on an IMC.
All Nippon 1154, contact Kansai radar on 125.5.
125.5, All Nippon 1154. 5.5. Starting to get busy now, guys. Yeah, I think let's request it. Kansai radar, all Nippon 1154, 13,100. Descending via Ikumi. I think it's Izumi. What's it
Or
again?
Nippon 1154.
Izumi.
Kansai radar
Close enough.
identified. Otsukare-sama desu Osaka. QNH 1005.
1005, all Nippon 1154. Hey, Geek Squad! Long time no see, man. How are you? What have you been doing these days? Radar, all Nippon 1154 request. I realize we should actually have anti-ice on.
All Nippon
As we were going
1154.
through those clouds.
Radar service terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved.
No! Negative. We're not cancelling IFR. We have a request. ATC is... It's not perfect. It's not perfect yet. Don't
All
cancel
Nippon
IFR in this condition.
154 Roger. Radar service is terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved.
Negative. We are not cancelling IFR. We need IFR. It's IMC here. All Nippon 1054. Oh my goodness. Now, that's interesting. There you go. Landing lights on. Turn on our lights. I think we're on our own. Let's just try it again. Anyway, all Nippon 1154 requesting ILS 32 for the approach. Hey, Sounder, long time, man. How's it been? Australia, right? Do I remember it right?
Ladies
It's been
and
years.
gentlemen, as we make our final approach into Osaka,
All
please
Nippon
ensure that all
1154.
electric devices are turned off on the
Negative.
stowaway
Runway
until we have provided
32 not available.
Return your trade-in.
Active runways are 16 left and 3 4 right.
Fully upright.
Request IRS for one of these runways.
Securely fastened. Upon arrival, our Nippon Airways staff will provide you with information regarding your connecting flight.
It's buggy as heck
Thank you for
right
your
now, this
cooperation.
flight.
All Nippon
Please ensure everyone
1154.
is seated
Radar
and
contact.
seatbelts are fastened.
3 south of Jigsaw Shinodayama Airfield at 91000 feet. Izumi QNH 1005.
1005, all Nippon 1154. Night bottom over ATC. I know, right? Switch 2, nice. When is it releasing? Yeah, I saw that released recently. When is it coming out, actually? 11 degrees outside, so we shouldn't need anti-ice anymore. Condensation. This looks familiar, doesn't it? This looks familiar to last night's stream. How lucky am I with the weather? But yeah, this is what makes Flight Sim exciting. All these weather variances. So we're on the arc now. The arc that I mentioned here. It's not following it exactly, but it's close enough, I think. Yeah. So weather isn't a factor, at least no thunderstorms in the vicinity, but I think we do need to watch out for terrain, so let's put that on. Yeah, there you go. Mountains all around. It would be good to be aware of them. Here we go again. I know, right? Can we do like a... Can you turn on the fasten seatbelt signs like twice for more intense purposes? Let's do that. Double seatbelts, please. We'll need it for this flight. With Captain Clumsy. No, put me in the left seat. I'll tune in ILS 32 anyway, because that's the only approach we have, an instrument approach that we have. And yeah, 110.1. And the VOR is 11475. One sec guys, I'll get back to you in a bit. And the courses are 322. This is the exciting thing about the 737. It's a bit more manual. You have to manually tune in the frequencies and adjust the courses. 322. Okay, missed approach procedure. We climb to 5,000 heading 322. Then we turn left towards Izumi. Okay, so missed approach altitude is 5,000. My goodness, it's shaky. Okay. How are we doing here? Yeah, that's pretty bad.
1,000 to go.
1,000 to go. We should be able to descend to 3,500 based on the star that we have. Yeah, at or above 3,500. In the Ikoma, the 32 left is actually this way. Okay, you know what? Let me plug that in. ILS 32 left. Let me put that in here. To heck with say intentions. They're not realistic enough in that sense. Still some gaps. Very good direction, but still some gaps. Okay, so we should be continuous now. Okay, we're actually... Let's arm the approach. And if I can find it, approach. There we go. Localizer's alive. 110.1 and Itami is 114. 5322. Identifier is India Sierra Kilo. That looks good. Okay. Localizer glide slope alive. Good. Start descending. Flaps 5. Start slowing down rather. 180 knots. Absolute zero visibility. We need the minimums, definitely. 281. We'll get there eventually, guys. I hope. Yeah. 281. Almost there. 281, okay, and 322 on the heading. Now, it's likely that we'll need to do a missed approach. And if we do, that's Tolga. Push throttles forward. Flaps to... I can't remember the flaps. I think flaps 15 would be the go-around flaps. Positive rate, gear up. Follow the flight directors. Yeah, that should be more or less how we would do it. Okay, 2,200 feet, we will lower the landing gear, like so. And it starts slowing down. Traffic to add on top. Our VREF is 141, so let's go down to 146.
Clear of conflict.
I hope. I know, right? Can't complain, living life. That's good to hear, man. Got the wipers going. Okay. So we have speed brakes are armed. I can see something below. Wind's coming from the right. Maybe, actually, I don't think it's raining. Is it? Yeah, it's not raining, it's just bad visibility.
1,000 feet stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Yeah, and we see the ground. That's a much better sign than yesterday. But it's disconnect autopilot, disconnect auto throttle. Let's fly this ourselves. Good luck, everybody. Please hang tight. I see the runway. No problem. Gear down, flaps 30, speed brake armed. Looks good. Bit high, correcting. Bit high, correcting. There we are.
Ooh, 500.
Sudden shift in the winds. My goodness, that's scary.
400.
Felt like a wind shear in there. Can adjust. There we go.
Approaching minimums.
It's more like it.
300.
Oh, it is raining.
Minimum.
Yeah, I can see the drops now.
200.
Following the glide slope here.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Should be okay. Floating a bit. Oh, I got the floater. Ay, ay, ay. Reverse. Spoilers armed. At least we're in center line. And we can make that next taxiway. Whichever one that is. Manual braking. Looking good. Welcome to Osaka, guys. Weather is much better than Nagasaki last night. I'll take it. Unfortunately, we don't have ATC anymore because I closed it. So we'll have to do that ourselves. Speed brakes. And let's move the flaps all the way up. Landing lights can go off. Strobes go off. Looks good. And let's start the APU. APU. Robes can go off as well. Let's just go for the nearest taxiway. You jumped 10 minutes ago. Jack bounced. I told you guys to fasten your seatbelts. Double seatbelts needed. There's another runway here. Where are we anyway? Okay, that's where we are. We go through here. And then turn like so. Let's have a look outside. Yeah, the weather here is not too bad. Not as bad as in Nagasaki. And yet, can we check if the wipers are working? It is, okay. And the sounds are great. Who is Sir Barnes Wallace? Okay. All good. Let's go back to DA only. Out off actually. Where should we go? One of these we can take. of the flight director. Terrain. Maybe let's go beside that guy right there. Let me go outside and check. Oh yeah, we can take this one. Stand 21. Yeah, let's do that. Built to take out dams. That from the game? Okay, stand 2-1. Can turn off our taxi and turn off lights as we turn through this. And let's hope someone's waiting for us there, waiting to guide us in. Over here, yeah, I see the, what do you call it? The VGTS. Visual Guidance Something System-ish. I'm just making stuff up. I think it's close. APU is available, that's good. Too fast. The good thing here is at least we can watch the replay of how I fumbled about. Stop. There you go. Okay. Looks good. Now I should not forget to put the APU on the bus first before I shut down the engines. Welcome to Osaka, guys. We made it in one piece. I think. Are you guys all in one piece still? Maybe let's do a quick check in chat. Are you still all alive? Oh my goodness. This sim is amazing. Ground power's available. Push that in. Maybe you can go off. Less than 20% N2, we can turn off the beacons. It's a place in Malaysia. Yeah. Okay, so they're starting the deboarding process. But actually, hey, let's go and do the replay. But one sec. Well, that's working. I think this is... Landing rating is great, but look at my approach rating. 1 star, I think. Yeah, bad. Because all the violations. Yeah, too much speed, too high rate of descent. I basically dove for the runway and then just corrected last minute, which should be a no-no. But maybe no one's looking. Okay, they're starting the deboarding. Let's have a look in Pilot's Life first if they're complaining about anything. Get some music in. Say it again. Malacca is a place in Malaysia. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Look, 100. Look at that. All green. And look at our landing rate, 102. Ah, yeah. That's right in the center line as well, although we did float, so way past the landing, the touchdown zone. But I think still legal. I think it's still within the permitted variance. Yeah, so I think not bad. Yeah, I think don't say that in Greece is what I learned based on what Jack said. Okay, let's go and watch the replay. This is the highlight of the sim for me. See how much we fumbled. But yeah, the sim generally has a very nice replay system. If it doesn't crash on me, that is. Because... Okay. It just takes a long time to load when you're doing the replay for the first time. Okay, there it is. Where's the runway? I can't even see it right now. The graphics are not the best when you're down low already. You can see all the imperfections. But when you're above, it's beautiful. I think this is too far away still.
1,000.
You said
1,000
nothing.
feet stabilized, Mr. Perch altitude.
Okay, there's the runway. Let's do the tower view, the runway view rather. This is the right runway though, 1 second. Because sometimes it looks at the wrong runway. Oh yes, it is the right runway. There we are, guys. Look how professional we look. Floating a bit. Oh, floaty McFloat. There it is finally. I think if we look at it at a different angle, it might look a bit better. So let's do that. Let's adjust the angle here. Like, so this is the ideal spot for the landing. This one, right? This huge touchdown zone here. But you do have a bit of buffer. Yeah, you have those smaller marks. So I think up to here, it's okay-ish. So let's see where we land ultimately. So let's position ourselves here and then watch from this angle. See where we land. Flapping his arms. You can see someone jumping off the plane here last minute. Went beyond. This is not. Thankfully, Pilot's Life didn't actually see that because we landed like right there, which is like 1/4 of the runway. So ideally you land there, right? At the very least, it should land up till here. But we landed all the way, I think, here. But it was smooth. At least it was smooth. Too much flare. Definitely too much flare. So we touched down here. Yes, there. Okay. Let's ignore the concept that we landed way too far. But let's just focus that we were in center line, right? Focus on the good things. Like so. There we go. Still looks cool. Still looks cool. Ground effect. Yes, let's blame the ground effect. Nothing to do with me. From this angle, and then we'll look from inside the wing view. See how it looked from there. But yeah, this doesn't look half bad. Right on the center though, at least that one I can be proud of. Okay. Maybe one more. Let's look from inside the plane. Wing view like so. And let's see how much of a bounce it was. Heavy air caused it. I'll need to think of a lot more excuses. But at least we landed, right? But yeah, say intentions, I'm a bit disappointed with that flight. I think I'll have to report it. It looks so weird, all the wrong things. Here we go. Floating until there's no tomorrow. There we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. Well, it shouldn't be bad with that long of a float. Okay, good. replay system in this sim. It's just seamless, right? It just works. So good. Because we didn't have the ground power anymore. There you go. Let's stay inside because it's noisy because of the ground power. Anyway, we'll leave it there, guys. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate the company. Made the flight much more enjoyable, and I'll probably report it to Say Intentions. I'll probably create a ticket because yeah, it's the reports that make the product better. So if you report such things, they'll know that they have to fix it. If you just ignore it, then it's just going to keep doing those mistakes over again. So let's leave it there, and I'll do some reports, and I'll probably buy the 777-200 and test it out in 2024. Keep in touch in Discord, and if anyone wants to join Discord, let me give the link. It should work now. Come on, Nightbot, do your thing. There we go. Okay, if anyone wants to join the Discord, feel free if you're not there yet, and you're more than welcome there. Yes, please. Yes, please. All good. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend ahead. Clumsy flying, clumsy everything. Pebbles, enjoy the stream. Glad to hear it. Have a good one. And happy racing in case you guys race. Yeah, ping me just in case. Maybe I can drop by at the very least and critique some techniques. Anyway, thanks. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend. Clumsy signing off. Have a good one. Catch you in Discord. Bye-bye.